Are you a new player struggling to make it to day 99, or a pro looking to sharpen their skills? No matter where you fall on the spectrum, one of these tips is likely something you didn't know and could probably help you in your next run. Just a reminder that these tips are in no particular order of importance, and these are not needed for success in a run. These are just here to help newer players. So let's start off with tip number 1. The old axe takes 13 swings to chop down a tree, the good axe takes 5 swings to chop down a tree, and the strong axe takes only 1 to chop down a small tree, and 35 to chop down a large tree. Small trees yield 3 logs and sometimes 1 sapling, while large trees will always give 12 logs and 4 saplings. Number 2. There are flowers around the map that you can collect and spend at the fairy's hut to acquire seed boxes. These will increase in price by 20 flowers for each seed box you buy. Prioritize chili and flower seeds over berries and fireflies, as the first 2 provide more utility than the last 2. Number 3. Plant multiple saplings on top of each other to grow multiple trees on top of each other. Doing so will make chopping them down much easier. Number 4. While on the topic of planting trees, always try to plant them as close to the shredder as you can. Doing so will reduce the amount of time it takes to bring logs to the shredder. Number 5. Logs are the worst fuel source and should only be used to fuel the fire from levels 0 to 2. After that, you're better off finding coal, fuel canister, oil barrels, making fuel with a biofuel processor, and using the oil drill to fuel the fire. Logs are much better suited for crafting than for fueling the fire. Number 6. Scrap is much more precious than wood. You can farm wood infinitely with saplings, but not with scrap. The only infinite source of scrap in the game is the cultist projects and prototypes in the cultist stronghold, which yield 4 scrap apiece. However, the stronghold becomes more challenging with each time you clear it, and can be difficult to make it through without expending more resources than you'll gain. Number 7. The number of cultists that spawn during night attacks and in the cultist stronghold is dependent on the total number of players. If you're struggling to survive these attacks or clear the stronghold, try playing with fewer players to give yourself an advantage. Number 8. The deer will appear on the first night to the north of your campsite. He will just watch you and can be scared off with a flashlight, although this doesn't do anything. What's important to note is that the deer will never attack you on the first night, so you can continue scavenging during night 1 completely unbothered. Number 9. When you first spawn in, there will usually be a structure or point of interest within the small area you start in. This structure or point of interest will almost always have a piece of coal, which gives you 80% to the campfire immediately. Try to find this piece of coal and save yourself 5 logs to start the fire. Number 10. The spear deals more damage than any of the axes or chainsaw. Try to find it as soon as possible. The Morning Star deals much more damage than the spear, but swings slower, and the Ice Sword deals the same damage as the spear, but applies a slowdown to the enemy it hits. Number 11. Mammoths will not be hostile to you unless you attack first, so feel free to get to as close to them as you want. Number 12. If your sack is full up, you can click and drag an item and carry it with you back to the campsite, effectively giving you extra space. Number 13. Flowers, coin stacks, and the Lost Kids can all be collected by clicking on them. Notably, Lost Kids can be picked up immediately by pressing F on them with your sack out, or by clicking on them, saving you from having to hold E on the kid to put them in your sack. Number 14. Go badge hunting. If you're struggling for diamonds, completing the badges, which you can find here above the classes icon in the lobby, will provide you with some diamonds. Most of the challenges are easy, such as maxing out the fire, rescuing all 4 of the kids, or surviving 99 days while not eating any meat or without dying. Number 15. Bandages restore about a third of your HP, while medkits completely restore your health bar. If you're only a little hurt, use a bandage, but if you're about to die, use a medkit. Additionally, they both take the same amount of time to use. Generally, you'll want to use your bandages before your medkit, as medkits are more valuable and harder to come by. Also, use bandages to revive teammates before you use medkits, since they get back up with the same amount of health, regardless of what you use to revive them. Number 16. If you are playing with others, remember that this is a team game. Do not be afraid to communicate over voice or text chat to ask what you should build, or tell your team what you should save up for. Number 17. On the topic of this being a team game, if you happen to find an item that you already have, bring it back to the camp for someone. Remember that you can't store these items in your sack, so you'll have to click and drag them back to the campsite, but it will be greatly appreciated by your teammates. Number 18. Every time you play, there will be a single red chest found in the forest. This red chest has thorns on it and acts like a regular chest. However, it will drop great items. first is the tactical shotgun, a powerful gun that deals massive damage. The second is the Thorn's body, which provides better protection than an iron body and damages enemies that hit you. The third is the riot shield, which reduces damage while held. The fourth is the chainsaw, which replaces your axe and can cut down trees much quicker. And the fifth is the kunai, which is a powerful throwing weapon. Also, you might get a fragment of the forest gem inside the red chest. You can also find a red chest at the end of a cultist stronghold every time you clear it. Number 19. Don't worry too much about your hunger bar. In the early game, you can use morsels and steak to replenish it, as well as eating any carrots or berries you come across. By the time you unlock the crock pot and farm plots, you'll be able to carry stew with you and you won't need to worry too much about the hunger bar, so feel free to run everywhere. If you are really desperate, you can eat raw meat and gain hunger in exchange for some health. Number 20. The crock pot will accept almost any type of food. The stew it produces, however, will always provide the same amount of hunger no matter what. So use low quality food items like carrots to make stew, and save the better food items for other occasions. You can grow carrots from farm plots. Number 21. Farm plots cost 10 wood to make and you can have up to 20. Just 3 or 4 will be enough to make plenty of stew for your entire group. Number 22. Farm plots grow every 2 days and can grow carrots, corn, cake, and pumpkins, each providing their own amount of hunger. Number 23. Before I forget, cake and only cake provides you with some immediate health after eating. Number 24. After you get the crock pot built, steak and morsels from slain enemies are much better suited being put into the biofuel processor and being turned into fuel for your fire. Steaks will give more fuel than morsels. Number 25. When building your biofuel processor, place it so the nozzle feeds directly into the fire. This will save you the trouble of having to carry the biofuel from the processor to the fire. Number 26. When building the oil drill, place it so that the door faces the fire and the frontmost leg just barely touches the outer ring of the fire. If you set it up like so, when the oil barrel ejects from the drill, it will land into the fire immediately and you won't have to worry about tending to the fire. Number 27. There is no shame in running away from enemies you cannot defeat. If you run far enough and put enough structure or trees and rocks in your way, they will eventually lose interest and give up. Number 28. When you're outside of the campsite at night, the deer will come and attack you. However, not only will the deer come to attack, wolves and alpha wolves, depending on what level the fire is, will spawn continuously near you. These wolves will forever target you and cannot be lost like other enemies. However, they will disappear once day comes or if you visit the campsite. Number 29. Guns can reload even when you're not holding them. If you press the R key or whatever on mobile to reload your gun, then switch to a different item, the gun will continue to reload and eventually finish. Using this, you can shoot a rifle round, reload the rifle, swap to the revolver, shoot off a few rounds, reload that, then swap back to the rifle, which will be fully loaded, and shoot again. You can repeat this as much as you want, and it makes killing tougher enemies like bears, polar bears, and mammoths infinitely easier. Number 30. The ice pillar inside of the snow temple contains 2 cultist gems and 3 fragments of the forest gem. However, once you start to break this pillar, all of the cultists encased in ice will break out and begin to attack you. Instead, destroy each of the cultists one by one and save yourself an embarrassing death. Number 31. If you're low on ammo and don't have a weapon or you don't want to expend resources, you can carry around a bear trap, arm it, and make enemies walk over them. You can continually arm the bear trap and repeat this until they die. Be aware though that this will take a while and the bear trap can only damage one enemy at a time. Number 32. Similar to the bear trap method, you'll sometimes come across spike traps further out in the forest. These can be identified by their different texture and slight spikes poking out from the grass. While running, you can clear these traps entirely with a jump. The trap will also damage any enemy who falls into it, making it a better version of the bear trap method, although a much more limited one. Number 33. Sometimes your flashlight won't stun the deer even though the beam is on and aimed at it. This can be frustrating. Instead, click the flashlight rapidly to force a stun on the deer. Even just a fraction of a second of the light beam is enough to stun the deer. Number 34. If you have your strong flashlight on for too long with the deer nearby, it may malfunction and turn off. Don't panic. Just click it on again. Number 35. The deer will spawn if you're outside of the campsite during the night. If you have multiple players, who it chooses to attack is random. But there is a small area outside of the campsite where, if you aren't already being chased, the deer won't spawn and attack you. Number 36. The deer will only chase one player at a time, meaning that while the deer is chasing someone, you cannot be attacked by the deer until that player is back at the campsite. Number 37, the deer can get stuck on structures such as the hollowed log, the cabin, or the forge. You can get the deer stuck and safely loot the building. However, keep in mind that wolves will still spawn and attack you as mentioned earlier. Number 38. If you get too far from the deer while it's stuck, it will respawn closer to you and continue to chase you. Number 39. If you're struggling to fight enemies, you can go into first person and strafe to the right by holding the D key and attack with your spear, morning star, or ice sword. Doing this will allow you to deal damage while avoiding hits from the enemy. Unfortunately, this is very difficult to do on mobile. Number 40. On the topic of enemies, they're kind of dumb. Enemies will chase you even if they cannot reach you if you're in a tower or some other higher structure. You can use this to get them stuck and easily kill them. They will also chase you through doors they cannot fit through, allowing them to get killed easier. Number 41. Still talking about enemies, while taking on the cultist stronghold, you can hide behind walls here, 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 and here to shoot your guns at the cultists without them attacking. Remember that the bullets come from the barrel of the gun, so make sure the barrel is clear of any obstructions before you shoot or your hits won't connect. Number 42. If you're tired of dealing with the ever-spawning nighttime wolves, you can climb onto small, high decorations like shelves, the bathroom stalls, crates, or the snowy watchtowers to avoid them from being able to attack you. Number 43. Sometimes at night, you'll encounter fireflies around the map. If you walk through them while your flashlight is on, they will fly into you and restore battery to your flashlight. This is useful if you've been out for a while and desperately need battery to avoid getting caught by the deer. Number 44. Chests will drop better loot the further out you are from the campsite, with chests nearby dropping items like coal and seed boxes, while further chests drop guns, ammo, strong axes, and giant sacks. Number 45. Know the strength of the class you're playing. If you pick the ranger, then go out and kill some enemies with the revolver you spawn with. In fact, you can rescue the first lost kid on day 1 with the ranger. If you're playing as the scavenger, take advantage of your extra sack space early game by looting nearby structures. Number 46. If you want to play solo or want to have a specific team without anyone else joining, you can create a free private server to squad up. Number 47. Don't be afraid to ask other players for help. If you're stuck in the cultist stronghold or desperately need bandages, don't be scared to ask for help from a teammate. This is a team game after all. Number 48. If someone asks you for help, do the best you can to help them. It's much better to pay forward good deeds than to not, and it'll enforce other players that helping out their teammates is a good thing. Number 49. The log wall is a very powerful structure as it provides an impenetrable wall that enemies can't get over or through. Be mindful, however, not to seal yourself in your base, as you also can't get over the log wall without assistance. Leave small gaps in between walls that you can turn sideways to get through to make sure that enemies can't follow you. Number 50. If you build a wood rain storage, you can place them so the backs face outside of the campsite. The roofs of these are sloped, meaning that a player can easily jump up it and get over the log wall without having to slip through a crack or leaving a gap in your defenses. This is especially useful for running from the deer. Keep in mind, however, that getting back over it from the front side is still difficult. Before we go any further, I just want to say that we're halfway through the video now, and if you liked what you see, then please leave a like or subscribe. We're just starting out and any little bit helps. Also, if you want to leave a tip of your own or if we got any tips wrong, feel free to leave a comment under this video. Now let's get back to the tips. Number 51. Don't be afraid to die. In the larger scope of the game, you don't lose diamonds or progress on your class upgrades by dying. You only lose what you got in the game. If you're curious or an explorer, don't be afraid to get yourself killed a few times discovering something new. Number 52. Share the resources. There is no reason for one person to be hoarding 20 bandages and medkits, so share the resources among players. You can drop items with the backspace key. Number 53. Saplings can be burned in the fire and they make for a terrible fuel source. They are much better suited for being planted and grown into trees. Number 54. Sometimes during the night, you'll get a message that something is flying overhead. When you get this message, look to the sky, and there will be multiple UFOs flying over. Anywhere from 1 to 3 will crash, they will flash red as they fall to the ground and won't be marked on the map until you find them, so make note of where they crash. Number 55. Only one of the UFOs will have a portal to the mothership, which will allow you to fight a bunch of aliens, get scrap, and some alien weaponry and defenses for your campsite. Number 56. 2 aliens will spawn at the crash site, although they will sometimes spawn as corpses. They will attack you with laser swords and ray guns, which shoot quickly but don't deal that much damage. Number 57. Ranged enemies like the aliens and crossbow cultists will lead their shots, meaning if you're traveling in one direction, they will fire ahead of you so that their shot will hit where you are in a few seconds. To avoid getting hit this way, stop right before they fire and their bolt will sail ahead of you. These enemies will also attack continuously as long as they have line of sight on you and you're within range, so the timing will remain consistent. Number 58. On the topic of ranged weapons, the revolver, rifle, and tactical shotgun all shoot projectiles. This means that if you're shooting at a moving target, you'll want to aim for where they will be and not for where they are. Additionally, if you shoot at a target that moves out of the way suddenly, your shot might miss. Number 59. The ray gun and laser cannon shoot hit scan, meaning that as long as your crosshair is over the enemy, they will receive damage immediately, so you won't need to lead your shots with these guns. Number 60. Don't let your alien technology overheat, as once it hits the red, you won't be able to use it at all until it recharges to full. Number 61. Throwing weapons, like the kunai, snowball, and frozen shuriken, travel in an arc. This means that if you're throwing at a faraway enemy, you'll have to aim slightly higher for your throwing weapon to hit, because it will begin to drop off after a certain amount of time. Number 62. During night attacks, a cultist will tend to get stuck on the sign with the missing kid posters. You can stab them through the sign by looking at their legs in first person and attacking. They can't hit you while you're doing this. Number 63. You can lead cultists through spikes and barbed wire during night attacks, but keep in mind that these defenses will break after a while. Number 64. If there are still cultists alive after a night attack, they will drain your campfire. Make sure you kill them all. Search any structures in the campsite they could get stuck on and check behind the workbench. The last cultist to die will always drop a cultist gem and may sometimes drop a fragment of the forest gem. Number 65. You can find coins around or dropped when killing enemy cultists. These coins can be traded for furniture at the furniture trader. Most furniture has no benefit or effect, but they can be used as barricades against the cultists during night attacks. Number 66. The pelt trader will always ask for a bunny foot, a wolf skin, an alpha wolf skin, and a bear skin. If you're playing the hunter class, you might get an extra wolf skin trade. These trades provide useful items that may be difficult to find otherwise. The pelt trader will spawn on day 2 and then show up every 3 days. Make sure to get at least a bunny's foot before he appears on day 2 for a free good sack or good axe. Number 67. If you already have an item of the pelt trader, he will sometimes offer a different item in its place. If you use the temporal accelerator, it will skip the night, including any night attack that was to happen. The night attack will be pushed to the next night, and if that one skipped, it will be pushed to the next one, and so on. Number 69. Clearing the cultist stronghold will give you 2 cultist gems, a fragment of the forest gem, 5 diamonds from a chest, and a red chest with great loot. Number 70. Chests can be opened by your teammates, but you can still open chests they already have, and you will get the loot as usual. Don't forget to travel to areas already discovered by your teammates to open chests. Number 71. The ammo crate allows you to buy revolver, rifle, and shotgun ammo. The first 2 cost 3 scrap, while the third costs 20 scrap. This is where scrap is best suited, as ammo for killing enemies is very useful. Number 72. If you're planning on entering the snow biome, make a pair of earmuffs or a beanie beforehand with 2 bunny's feet, or a bunny foot and an Arctic fox pelt respectively. If you have Arctic foxes near the edge of the biome, you can instead kill them for 3 pelts to make an Arctic fox hat, which will grant you much better cold protection. Number 73. If you freeze in the snow biome, you will be unable to sprint. This is very detrimental, as you will be unable to outrun polar bears, mammoths, cultists, and the deer. Make sure you don't freeze to death. Number 74. You can recover your heat by going into a sheltered structure like the cabin, or by leaving the snow biome entirely. Number 75. Breaking through the ice on chests will cause you to lose heat, as well as breaking through the ice on cultists. Number 76. You can't shred fragments of the forest gems on their own. You have to combine them with other fragments and then shred it once it's completed. Each forest gem is made up of 4 fragments. Number 77. In some of the cabins, you can find knocked over chairs. These chairs, when shredded, provide you with a whopping 5 wood. So next time you find some, go and shred them. Number 78. Remember that the ray gun and laser cannon have infinite ammo and only take a few moments to recharge. Use these when you're out of ammo in your other guns, or you need to take down some enemies, or if you have enough time to wait for the recharge. Number 79. The laser cannon can hit multiple enemies if they're close enough. Bunch up enemies and shoot them for extra damage. Number 80. Hitting enemies in the head deals extra damage for guns and throwing weapons. Aim for the head. Number 81. Cultists cannot go into the biofuel processor. They can, however, be put directly into the fire. Number 82. Know what requirements you need to meet in order to upgrade your class and try to go for them. A fully upgraded class is always better than one that isn't. Number 83. The Anvil Forge allows you to make hammers, bandages, and a rare item such as the chainsaw or riot shield. The hammer is definitely useful, costing only 5 scrap and wood to make. The hammer allows you to move structures at the campsite freely, allowing you to redecorate or expand outward when your fire level increases. Number 84. Don't buy the decorator class. Like, seriously, don't. Number 85. If you have the diamonds for it, try out some different classes. Most of them have very useful abilities and promote a unique playstyle. You never know, you might find a new class you really enjoy. I personally love the Ranger. Number 86. You can use the group page to look for teams. Number 87. If you're going for the Swiftness badge, try to rescue the lost children and build beds as soon as possible to start progressing the days quicker. Number 88. If you're going for a high day count, do the same as the last tip. The sooner you can get to the 9x multiplier on the days, the quicker you'll get to a higher day count, saving you some time. Number 89. In order to get the Humiliation badge, you must die from your own bear trap. Load into a solo game and get the bench to level 2, get some scrap, and get it done quickly. Number 90. To get the Reconstruction badge, find the Circle of Snowmen in the snow biome and give the sad one a carrot. This will grant you a badge and a cultist gem. Number 91. If you're struggling to find the lost kids after you build the compass, go to the missing kids sign and select the poster. They will now be marked on your compass with a little icon. Head there and find the dungeon. Number 92. You get 1 free reroll for the classes in the shop. Afterwards, they cost Robux, increasing with each reroll. The price will reset back to 99 Robux after the class is reset for the day. Number 93. Don't be afraid to help new players if they're doing something wrong. Be kind to them and help them. Number 94. Shelves are kind of strange. They will usually be able to fit 9 items, but sometimes they will only fit 8 or 6. Either way, you can manually put items on there by clicking and dragging them. Number 95. The freezer can hold a lot of food. This makes it good for harvesting from farm plots, as if the farm plots still have food on them when the time for it to grow elapses, it won't grow any more food. Number 96. The respawn capsule allows you to respawn after dying. It starts off costing 1 gem and rises in price for each time you die. Number 94. Use the map by pressing the M key and use it to find locations you haven't gone to yet. By doing this, you can discover cultist outposts with good loot, so don't bother building the radar and wasting scrap on that. Number 98. You can put pelts on the crafting benches in the snow biome lodge so you aren't carrying them around in your sack. And finally, tip number 99. Have fun. I know that's corny, but tips or not, the point of this game is to enjoy it. So as long as you are doing that, you are winning. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you found these tips useful. Like I said before, if you have anything you want to add, you can drop a comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.